Hey, good morning. So I'm down here where my camera trap and a couple trail cameras are, and I've made a little progress figuring out where this mountain lion that cruises through the property passes through. So I've gotten the same cat coming by a trail camera 5 days apart, and I came down. I got him a week ago, and I came down yesterday and I almost moved my camera trap, but then I thought I had more time because it's before that it was 2 weeks. So he came by 2 weeks later, and I thought, okay, when the camera batteries die in the camera trap, I'll relocate it and put it over here. I'll get a good shot of him. And then 5 days later, he came by and I hadn't moved my camera. So that was yesterday. I almost moved it. Should have, but I didn't. So I did relocate my trail camera just to get a better sort of head-on shot of him. But as long as the snow holds out in the high country, he'll probably keep coming through here. So I'm going to move the camera trap and hopefully get him this winter. So that's the hope. Okay, so I just flipped the camera around. This is like the sort of valley bottom that we're talking about. There's a creek over that way, kind of running along the bottom of that, and then a big steep, wall that goes up over there. This is all my property in here. That's my bobcat log, and that's my camera trap currently, right? So this mountain lion is cruising through the trees right back over here. So I'm gonna go see if I can get some tracks from last night and kind of visualize where to put the trail cam. I'm grabbing batteries right now, and I'm gonna charge them up throughout the day and hopefully get it set up before tonight. So this is kind of the path. Now I've gotten him coming through. He's going straight through here, and he's been going the same direction 3 times in a row. So he's coming from this way somewhere, and this is the corridor. So for a few days, or for almost a month actually, I have my camera on this tree, and I was getting the back end of him going that way. He came around this tree a couple different ways, and I got him heading off that direction. So I'm thinking if I move my camera trap to where I can kind of hide it behind this big tree looking back this way, as he trots past that tree, I can get a head-on shot. And actually right now you can see I moved my cellular camera right kind of around there, so that disappears behind that tree pretty good. So when he's coming from this angle, there's no sign of anything, and then kapow, we get a picture. So that's the hope. And that took the one, which was actually last night, that looked like it would be successful. So I'm gonna look for tracks. It's pretty frozen up. All these are deer tracks, but this is, you can see why he's here, right? I mean, there's deer sign everywhere. They're in the neighborhood too. So he came straight through here last night. Okay, this is potentially huge. That's my trail camera, right? And that's kind of the corridor. So I know that cat came right here last night. And right here, we got a very fresh disturbance. I've never actually located a mountain lion scrape before, but that's one way they mark their territory is they scratch the ground. So it either pooped right here and covered it up, or this is a territory marking scrape, which is a gold mine for trail cameras. Speaking of gold mine, that's an old bunk bed from an old mining cabin that's not too far from here, because this place was literally a gold mine. But I think we might be onto something. Look at that. See that claw action? One thing you know when you find a scrape is that that cat will be back. So that is very exciting. So now I'm faced with trying to decide if I set the camera up like that one, which got an image last night, or do I put it over here on this scrape, knowing that it'll at least come back to this spot and sniff that out. That's a tough call. I mean, there's a corridor there, there's deer trails going kind of down that way, but there's also trails going that way. So this big old cedar tree is like a fork in the road, man. You know it's gonna come straight through here. So I gotta figure out where to set up. I think I'm gonna back off a little bit over here. Maybe use this tree or something and do like that. Kind of get both of them, the scrape and the path in my shot. I don't know. I'm gonna get him though. I've been getting the same cat for years on the trail cameras. I've gotten a lot of footage of him. I found a kill one time, and that was very cool. But I've never gotten a good trail, camera trap image of it. I've taken one photo of, well, 40 something photos of it in person once, but they weren't great. I found the kill that it had made, and I called it in. I got all camoed up and made noises like another cat was in the area with a game call, and came back, and I took some photos. That was a very cool experience, but they weren't everything I ever wanted. So I'm gonna get it on the camera trap and get some sweet shots. I hope this could be good. Okay, my non-expert analysis here, knowing that they make their scrapes with their back feet, right? So let me set my other camera down. So he was facing that way when he made the scrape. Front paws are over here, back feet are in the dirt, kicking dirt back. So I'm guessing he went that way after the scrape action. So I'm gonna walk over that way, see if there's any tracks over there. This ground is just too frozen up for me to even sink in. So I doubt I'm gonna find any sign other than that scrape. But the bucket list would be to find a kill over here somewhere. If there were any deer in the neighborhood last night and that cat got lucky, but that's a rare find. Anyway, I think I've got it narrowed down. That's where the shot's gonna happen, over there. Okay, here we are. Fast forward a few hours. I've been charging batteries off and on throughout the day, and now it's getting to be almost towards sundown, and I'm gonna set up kind of where I was talking about this morning. So I'll show you. All right, that's the corridor we were talking about before. My cellular camera's right there. That scrape is right here. And I'm gonna set up that stuff off of this tree using that 2x4. So we're gonna be kind of looking like that kind of an angle, is my hope. So that's the vision. All right, here we are. Finally kind of got it set. So we're on the path. My cellular camera's there. I'm actually gonna turn that, I think, so it can see the scene of the crime here. My backpack on the ground is where we're hoping the cat is when the camera fires. So cat's moving forward. Well, it'll be like down here moving forward. Kind of see everything now. The trigger is down here. That's an old trail camera mount that I'm not using anymore. Trigger, there's one flash right there. Camera's there. I'm gonna play with that camo a little bit more. There's a flash up there and one back here that'll hopefully kind of get the background a little bit more. But that's the spot. So kitty cat gets to here and boom, gets his picture taken. So from the camera angle, it's looking more like that. So it'll be fairly cropped in. It'll probably be nighttime. So just some dark woods in the background. That's the hope. There we go. So I'm guessing this camera will be in the neighborhood right here for at least a month. I'm just gonna keep charging up batteries and ride it out, because this guy will be back. At some point, he's gonna come scratching that dirt again. So this is where we'll get him. All right, there it is, the photo studio in the woods. I got this camera, I turned it and mounted it up higher so it'll see what happens. It's on video mode. Got the trigger, flash, camera, flash, flash. So we will see what happens, but I walked it a few times and it's tripping right where you want to be. So whether he comes this way and holds up and turns down that path because he doesn't like the look of things, it'll still get him right in here. So focus point is like right there. So if he goes a little ahead, it'll still be in there and should be sweet. So I expect to leave this camera here for as long as it takes, really, at this point. Could be a couple months, could be another 5 days. Could be tonight, right? That's the joy of camera trapping, but we will see. He's gonna do what he wants, but I think this is the best chance I got lately, at least. So we'll see what we get.